Hi guys, Freaky Fish Guy here again at Locals with another video. It's been a while since I've done a deck profile. I've taken a bit of a break from the game, but I've come back in with a new set. This is the first Locals with the new set available, and I came third with Frog Paleo Spright, playing only 2 Sprite cards, so it's more just like pure Frog Paleo, but with a big shake-up because of the new card. I'll go through the deck profile. I might show you a few combos at the end. Obviously, Locals is still on around us, so if it's loud, that's why. I came third out of 21 players for the record. Onto the main deck, we've got 3 Swap Frog. This is pretty standard for any Paleo build. Also now these are really good with the Spright. 3 Dupe, you won't see this in a normal Spright. This is just with the Paleo cards because this is our main engine as such. 2 Ronin, again really normal. The reason it doesn't suck if we draw just like 1 dupe or something is because we're playing the back row, we can protect it quite a lot, and then when it dies it searches Swap Frog, which will then get our grind game going in the long term. Now thanks to Sprite cards we can play extra engines. So we're playing 3 Deep Sea Diva because this is a 1 card Toad plus Elf, which obviously in a Spright term isn't amazing, but in pure Paleo Frog it is dumb that we now have a 1 card Toad. So in one of my games, I recorded most of my matches today, apart from one. In literally game 1, round 1, I normal summon Diva. My end board was Spright Elf, Toad, plus 4 back row. That's 6 interruptions off of 1 Diva normal summon. Honestly, like, the Spright stuff makes Toad nutty. And unfortunately, it probably will get banned at some point, but for now, Paleo's like the best place it's been in a very long time. The reason I'm playing Diva over the others is because it's water. You can play Beaver, Nimble Beaver, which is arguably better because it can summon from grave. However, I'm just playing the Diva because I think it looks better. It's very arbitrary. They're both water, so if you draw multiples, you can use them with Swap Frog in hand as well. In terms of hand traps, we are only playing 3 Ash. I'm only playing this because it's the only hand trap I think is generic enough to hit all the decks of the format. Against Spright, you pitch this on Gigantic Spright. Because they don't detach for cost, if they've got like Frogs and Ronins under that they want engrave, that can really screw up their combo line. It can hit Terrelments on like an important mill. I've only played Terrelments once so far this format, to be fair, and it wasn't a very good showing. I feel bad for the guy, he just milled nothing pretty much the whole time. Still good 8-ish against like Branded and Red, Branded Fusion against a Branded deck. So it's kind of okay. This can be any tech card you want really of the format. Green cards, we're only playing 2 Desires just to get more card advantage because we're playing a trap deck. Onto the best part of the traps. In terms of Paleos, 3 Dynamiscus, 3 Canadia, because these are the best Paleo traps in my opinion, Bookamoon and Karma Cut. 3 MST Ononoides. This comes up quite a lot in this format because obviously still at the adventure line, you can hit like a Fateful with this. Against Tournament you can hit the field spell, against Eldritch as well, you can hit like the important Floodgate, so I still play this. It's also a name which is very important. The best card out of Pote for this set, arguably for me, is Mimesis Elephant. I've been raving about this card to my friends for the past like week or so. This is an honorary Paleo card. Basically, on activation, you summon it as a level 2 beast, and then quick effect in either player's turn, you can target a card on the field, change its type and attribute to whatever you want. So effectively, you Paleo them in their turn. Don't let them play. You activate this in the end phase. On activation, summon back a Paleo. In your turn, you activate this, target itself, make it a Aqua Water. And now you overlay these for Toad. It's a Paleo / Frog card. It is literally the perfect support for this deck. If you don't want to do that, you can make it go into a Gigantic Spright. I managed to bait an Imperm, non-ironically, where I had these on board, the exact 2. I went effect to make it a Frog. He Impermed it, I went, okay, make Spright combo. And it was just like, oh, yeah, that's a thing. So I really like this card. It did get sided out every game, going game 2 and game 3, but having it in the deck just to be able to, okay, I just need to get bodies on board. That's the problem with Paleo, I find, is that once you start running out of frogs, it's very hard to get Paleos on board without losing efficiency. This is just like the best trap card to just activate when your turn is about to happen. You just go, okay, I want to play now, activate this, start getting bodies on board. Trap cards that stop your opponent. 3 Torrential is like the best thing going second. Like Torrential Strike is just insane. Otherwise, it's just a really good card. 3 Compulse. Again, it's kind of losing its value now. It's a bit power creep, but it's still the best removal instant trap card. TT needs a summon, Paleo Dynamicious needs a discard, Canadia's not actually a removal card. This is just, I want to remove a target, get that thing out of here, which is all awesome. 3 Imperm, it's a hand trap and it's also a normal trap. And then finally 3 Strike, because we are playing Paleo, we want trap cards, and this can stop our opponent in the tracks really. Onto the extra deck, 3 Toad. If this goes to 1, I will be hurt of the Paleo version, but then just go play Sprite. The aim of this game is to summon as many Toads as you can, because obviously we've got the Paleo cards, we've got the Nemesis Elephant and stuff like that. We're also playing Gigantic Sprite and Elf. These cards make this deck just insane now, because obviously everyone's raving about this. You can summon a level 2 from deck. This can reborn your Toad twice. So you negate the Toad effect, bring it back, you got 2 Omni negates with your Toad, and also 2 add backs, which is the strong part. Gigantic Spike stops you from getting nibbed, but not a lot of people playing nib at the moment. Also against Paleo, nib's really bad anyway. We're playing an Almirage. Swap plus Ronin is Elf IP Toad because of this card. And I can show you that combo in a minute. Thank you for Callum for showing me the combo really early on. I was like, I don't know how to do it, I've heard about it, and he helped me learn it, and I'll help you guys learn it as well. Sky Cav just to make Downard into Zeus, because this player is obnoxious and it's really fun. We are actually playing the Paleos, the traps. I didn't summon Opabina once. Anomalocaris still comes up. It is a Trident. For those who don't know, if as a trapper's material, you can just detach 1, pop a card on the board. All Paleos are unaffected by monster effects, so they can't like negate this with a Barrage, Ball Savage, or anything like that. The fun things with the new build with Diva is if you have like a Paleo on board, you can normal Diva, summon 2 more Diva, and then just straight away make this. So mid-grind game, you can just suddenly have an unaffected like Towers Trident, which really comes up. Opabina searches any trap card, like your Paleo stuff. So, I need a Karma card, I'll just go get Dynamiscus, or I need Book of Moon or MST. And it also lets you activate them from hand. So going second, you can do this as well. The links: 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 IP, 1 Unicorn, 1 Borosword. Borosword's here just to push the game because I don't own an access code. Unicorn you do in your opponent's play with IP, so if you open full combo you make Elf, Toad, IP into Unicorn, while still having back row options as well. Extra deck goes a little bit funky. I sided in against, so I played Sprite and Terilment today. Against Sprite I sided in 10 cards, against Terilment I sided in 12. Because it came up. Going second options, 3 Lava Golem, 3 Gamma-Seal. Lava Golem for the Sprite matchup, you tribute the Elf plus the Toad. Gamma-Seal's in here because there's extra water for Swap Frog, and it's just a generically good card. It came up against Guru, my round 1 guy. I kaiju just Guru cards, and obviously loses the value on them. 3 Evenly to clear board / back row in case I play up against like a stinky Eldritch player. 3 Dim Barrier, you side it against Branded, Sprite and Terilment. I did this to Terilment, and his whole like engine just falls apart because he mills stuff, but then he can't fusion summon, so he's just kind of wasting resources. 2 Anti-Spell if you're going first, and then finally I pulled 1 in my 3 boxes I got, so I'm playing an Ultimate Slayer. It's only really good against a Spite matchup in this deck because you send Toad out their Toad. Your Toad gets added back, their Toad goes back to the extra deck, so they can't Elf back either. That was the profiles. Like I said, I went 3rd at locals. I beat Terilment, Sprite, and Drytron, and I lost to... No, that's a lie. Sorry, I beat Guru, Drytron, and Tournament. I lost to Spright 2-1. Most of the matches will be on the channel. The only one that won't be is Tournament, because my opponent was still learning the deck, and it's fair. And also the deck wasn't worth watching. Game 1 was kind of interesting. The other games were just like... Game 2 was just him whiffing on his mill, so it wasn't really awesome. What I'll do now is I'll show you 2 quick combos to show you some of the combos with the Spright stuff for the Paleo players, so you actually know why I'm saying to play these 2 Spright cards. Hi guys, and no, we haven't travelled back to 27. For some reason the combo didn't record, so to make sure the video goes out in time, I'm going to do it in my room, and it's midnight. But the first combo is where we open Swap plus Ronin, and we end on Elf, IP, and Toad. The old Paleo players will know that it's used to make just Toad pass, but to be nice and quick, I'll be quick with this one. You want a normal Ronin, you want to send from your deck a frog, you then bounce special by discarding, send another frog, we'll send a swap frog, we'll send another frog. Once we've done that, you're then going to link the swap frog into a Armorage, make sure I actually got the right cards. You're then going to banish a Froggo to special, link 2 into an Elf. Elf effect, reborn your swap. Swap effect, send another Froggo. We're going to send another dupe frog. You want to leave a dupe frog in the deck for the end of this combo. We'll then go Ronin, banish to summon. Over leaves for Gigantic Spright. Spright F, detach, summon swap. Swap, send another Ronin. You're then going to turn these into your IP. At this point you've got 1 dupe left in deck. All your other frogs are either in grave or banished. So you're then going to banish 2 frogs for 2 Ronins, which you'll then overlay for your Toad. So end of your combo in your turn, you have IP untargetable, Toad untargetable, which can be reborn with the Elves. You got 2 activations. Obviously in standby phase as well, it's going to bring out a dupe frog. So off of 2 cards, remember you'll have 3 other cards in your hand. Keep one of these in hand for a unicorn play with these, but you can have 2 other back row as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 interruptions, and you're untargetable as well. This is a pretty nice board. It's better than the old Toad Turbo. So yeah, the other combo is if you open Diva plus 4 traps. The important thing now is that this is 2 Toads, so this is 6 interruptions. Obviously if this was another trap, this is 5 interruptions effectively, but this is follow-up. The reason now this is nutty is because of just Diva accessing the Spright stuff is insane. So we ignore the traps for now, they come in later, but the play is you normal summon Diva, Diva summon Diva from deck, that's pretty obvious. You then overlay these into a Gigantic Spright. Spright, detach, doesn't detach your cost, remember, summon swap, send a frog, we send a Ronin for now, and then you link these 2 into your Elf. You go Elf effect, reborn your swap, send another frog, you send the opposite of what you've said earlier, so we sent Ronin earlier, so send dupe. Ronin affecting grave, banish a dupe from our grave, summon. And then obviously you overlay these for your Toad. Off of 1 Diva, you have a untargetable Toad that can reborn itself with the Spright Elf. It summons a dupe or a swap in your next turn, in your next standby phase as well, to get your ball rolling more. And you still have 4 back row. This is 5 to 6 interruptions off of 1 Diva, plus obviously your back row. This deck's cracked, in my opinion. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this. For the Paleo players, don't worry, I'm still playing the deck. Frog and Spright players, please don't get my deck banned. And Shark players, I will do some content for you eventually, I swear. I'm just having too much fun with Ribbit Boys. Anyway guys, this is Freaky Fish Guy back from the dead. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Goodbye.